because you're a replacement. There was a need, I filled it, and I know ultimately I'm not unique, so I can't teach you. I can let you have a few little things to do, but ultimately I can't give you full control. We see the Spirit. Now with television, we see the Spirit all the time. It's on television. But let's look at some other things that this Spirit brings in. Entrepreneurship and gambling are kind of in the same boat. So let's read some characteristics of gamblers and see if that sparks some things. It says gamblers create an acceptable fantasy world where the gambler feels free, challenged, powerful, influential, and respected. Gambling decisions are based on a series of mistakes in decision making. Sounds like tradition. Gamblers rebel against the rational world of logic and moderation. Gamblers show unconscious aggression towards those in authority. Now, a pastor is supposed to be an authority under Jesus. It doesn't work that way.
Wow.
Gamblers secretly want to lose to punish themselves. Gamblers feel that they are in control. So you got someone who's not. They're in essence double-minded. Okay? They put on a show for the people, but they're in turmoil away from the people. Because something in them knows something's not right with this. But the Spirit won't let them ever figure out what that thing is. They just know something's not right. I think I'm doing all they don't say think. I'm doing all the right things. Yet something's not right. But they don't know what it is. Because the Spirit's not about to let them see past in. All right? Some other things about gamblers. A married gambler may secretly lust after other women, innocently flirting with her, yet know he can't have her. Just recently, past year, we've had a particular large mega church where it's been shown that the pastor has been sleeping with various women in the church for 10 years, however many years, at least 10 years. Gamblers often relate tales of being in near-death situations, which in their pride they felt they could handle. They often talk about their past. I remember when, and this guy put a gun to me, and in their mind, ha, he can't hurt me. With or without God, the gambler feels invincible. Gamblers often curse, use profanity, as a way to express their power and to challenge authority. It seeps out. And normally, they won't do it in public. You have to be part of their private group, and then it comes out. And when you call them on it, they aren't even fazed by it. So this is the entrepreneur. This is what the Spirit does. And I'm telling you, the Spirit is in many, 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 many of our great pastors. Let's talk more about this.
Amen.
Let's talk more about it. Go to John chapter 2. Jesus confronted some entrepreneurs. He confronted some. So let's see what he did. In John chapter 2, let's start at verse 13. It says that the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem, and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves, and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables. And he said unto them that sold doves, Take these things hence, make not my Father's house a house of merchandise. Now, I want to point something out here. Notice what they're selling. They're selling things necessary for sacrifice. They're selling things necessary for sacrifice. Now, why is that important? Well, many churches today are selling the same thing.
My God.
Do this to get this from God. Right? Sacrifice was for the way for me to be blameless to God. Well, today, even though we're in Christ, we're still being told you need this thing so you can be blameless, so you can get something from God. right? But let's look at this same passage in Mark's rendition. Let's go to the book of Mark, Mark 11. Let's look at verse 15 through 17 of Mark 11. And they came to Jerusalem, and Jesus went into the temple and began to cast out them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats